us?
Well, the first name is Marechal. Now that's Marshall, but it's kind of unusual because Marshall Neil is French, and I'm a Scotsman. But how did I get that name? My dad's brother was Marshall Neil, and that Marshall Neil, he died during World War I in all the flu that they had. So I never met him.
And your last name is Duncan, right?
Duncan, that is Scottish, and that we've got quite a history about the Scotsmen, you know. But goes back to King Duncan of Scotland, and he had 4 sons. 2 of them came into the States, and that's where my dad got involved.
How did you make your way to Lafayette?
I was in the Navy. In fact, I got in the Navy January the 2nd, 1940. And the Navy put me here years later in the NROTC program. And they put me here at Cal. And so I continued on at Cal and got my degree and in the Navy. And we got married, my wife and I, and we lived in Berkeley, right off the campus. Was an engineering building now, and we had an apartment there, and then we bought a home in El Cerrito. And I was raised in San Diego, and in those days, when my wife and I moved to El Cerrito, had very cool days. We had a lot more fog then, quite a bit different weather than it is now. But raised in San Diego, I didn't want to raise my kids so they go out in the summertime with sweaters on. So I heard about Lafayette out here, so I came out here, and in the Silver Springs area, I bought the 5th lot and built the 7th home, and that was 62 years ago.
62 years ago. What year was it? Well, I'll do the math later.
Yeah, let me see.
Okay, good. Are you still living in that home?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we moved in there 62 years ago, and we've been very happy. We raised 4 kids there.
And how have you seen Lafayette change in those 62 years?
Well, quite a bit. In fact, when I'm sitting meetings now and people are complaining about all the traffic and all the no place to park and everything like this, when they get finished talking, I say, when I got here 62 years ago, we had no problem like this. It's all you people that created the problem. And it's true.
Yeah.
We didn't have much of a problem then.
Yeah. Now, since this is the 50th anniversary of the incorporation of the city,
Right.
You lived here before it was incorporated. You lived here when they tried to incorporate it a couple of times, and then finally when they did incorporate it. What are your thoughts about incorporation?
Pardon?
What are your thoughts about incorporation?
Oh, I thought it was a good idea.
You did?
I thought it was a very good idea. It just seemed like the normal thing to do as far as I was concerned. I was not, well, I was a little active, but I wasn't active in anything in the city at that time. I was active in a lot of stuff with my boys, sports, Boy Scouts, and everything.
What do you think, what was the major advantage to incorporation?
To get organized. To get organized.
I'm trying not to laugh because we're on tape, but that's a good one. Well, local control, right? Things like that.
Well, that's it. They're really, well, before we got incorporated, it was kind of helter-skelter and everything, although I was not very much involved with the city itself then, but it just seemed like the natural thing to do.
Well, you say, I'm sure back then when you were raising your boys and stuff, it was hard, but you know, I've only been in this position a couple of months, and I see you everywhere. So you're involved. You seem to be involved in the community, right?
Well, not too much involved now. I go to a few meetings, the coffee's mayor, the mayor's coffee, and Lafayette Historical Society, and a couple other things. I try and keep active a little bit, but after getting the Citizens Award, Citizen of the Year Award, and
When did you get that?
2015. And I kind of figured then, that's the top. At my age, leave it open for the younger people.
Okay, good.
And of course I found that in a lot of organizations I was in, the talk would go around and it'd be this, and I would think, same thing, same thing. We've gone through this before. It's interesting.
How old are you?
96,
Okay. That is great.
1922.
What are some of your, just paint, you know, for folks out there who aren't 96 and haven't lived here for 62 years, paint a picture of what Lafayette was like when you first moved here. Just tell me the story. What did it look like?
Well, traffic is one thing, of course. And coming down, we could park any place where we wanted to. And that has changed so much. We didn't have BART. The highway came right through Mount Diablo Boulevard, so that has changed. And of course, when so many more people here, and a lot of things happening. But if we really wanted to do things happen, we would maybe go to Walnut Creek, not so much Orinda or Moraga, but it has changed. Just more confusion, more confusion.
What are some of your favorite memories of just raising your boys here in Lafayette?
Well, I had 3 boys, and I was involved in backpacking in the Sierra. So when my first boy got involved in Troop 204, because I had done backpacking, well, I got involved right off the bat. I was an assistant scoutmaster, and my boys all got involved in scouting. 2 of them got Eagle Scouts, and we were very much involved in sports, Little League. LMYA actually wasn't Little League, and I got involved in that, coaching, so I got very much involved with that.
And I'm going to go out on a limb here. Do you think the city government has done a good job in maintaining the values of Lafayette?
I'm very much in favor of the city council. I think I've known, well, I know I've known all of them personally, and I enjoy working with them. I don't go to the city council meeting much anymore because it's just a lot of talk, and the people, when they open it up to the people, it's 98% against everything, and the people that are for it, they don't say much.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed knowing all of the city councilmen. Great people.
Did you serve on any commissions yourself or anything?
Yeah, I was on a couple of, let's see, I was involved in a couple of things, but not any regular commissions. And I started a couple of organizations. And I was the one that started, which now is, it's changed its name, and it's a symposium now that they have it once a year. And I started that, and didn't start it as a symposium, but just started as an organization to get the heads of some of the organizations together, and it finally developed into, we had a symposium, and I resigned from that and that's been going on and on and on. I got involved in, I got involved from the Historical Society right off the bat. And it's been very interesting.
People are going to watch this video, years from now. What would your message to them be about Lafayette, your experience here, local government, incorporation? What would your message be?
Get involved and try and get information. That is one of the biggest problems that the city has, is getting people, get information. They give them the information, but they don't use it. And so many of the people that are against these things, they don't know what they're talking about. So it's people, if you want to talk against something, find out something about it. Get some facts. Get some facts.